Why was this so important to do here in Wilton with the people who you organized it with?
First of all, we had a fantastic steering committee made up of women who live in Wilton, Ridgefield, Reading, and Weston. So we felt that Wilton was simply the most central town between all of us that might get the most participation from our people. We wanted to do it at Wilton Town Hall because it's in a very public venue, and as you can see, it's right on Route 7, so we were hoping that passersby would see us and come out and support our cause.
Were you pleased with the turnout?
I was. I mean, obviously, you always want a packed house, but given how busy people's lives are, and it's a Sunday where people have soccer tournaments and things with their kids, and there are a million other rallies going on, which I'm very happy about, that there is so much support for this issue and that there are so many rallies. But yeah, I was happy to see the support that we got. Don't forget, we put this event together in a week. So the steering committee really rocked. They were a fantastic group of women to work with, and they really did a good job of getting good speakers and putting this program together.
So in a state like Connecticut that tends to run blue, with a legislature that has come out in support of abortion rights and reproductive rights, why was this an important thing in a state like Connecticut?
I feel very fortunate that we live in a state like Connecticut that does support a woman's right to choose, that does put plans in place. If someone comes from Texas or another state, those women will be protected, and that we don't live in a vigilante kind of state such as Texas. But this is a nationwide issue. We don't live in just our little state. We cross the border. And you don't want to have to tell your daughter when she's going to college that she can't go to UT, Texas, in Austin, because God forbid she gets pregnant, she's not going to be able to have an abortion there. The implications of this are so much greater. Plus, it also has an impact on who is governor. So in these conservative states, you're going to see more and more conservative governors put these rules into place. And the purpose is to drive out some of the moderate Democrats or liberal Democrats who live in their state to try to keep their state red. And that is just not okay. We must work that we can, do everything that we can to protect a woman's right to choose, regardless of what state they live in.
Part of this is not just about women and the right to choose. What other kind of message is behind what you are talking about today?
We have to be concerned about this chipping away at our right to privacy, because what does that mean and where does that end? So when we talk about the issue of body autonomy, that has a serious impact on trans people. Will they not be able to live the life that they feel that they should be leading? And you know what? It's not my decision, it's not your decision, it's nobody's decision to tell them what is their personal truth. The same thing with who a person loves. Is that going to be what's next, where we have the government intruding on who we love, making decisions as to who we can marry, who we want to be, how we want to present ourselves? And then something like abortion, which is a deeply personal medical choice that a woman needs to make, sacred between herself, maybe a partner, maybe not, and between a doctor, is something that she alone should have that right.
This is a very political issue. All of the speakers were Democrats. I know that there are Republicans in town and in the area who are not happy that they were not asked to participate. What do you say to that?
I'm very grateful that there are Republicans in our state who are pro-choice and who are willing to speak up. The problem that I have is I don't think that they're willing to speak up loud enough. It's great to come to an area where everyone is pro-choice and speak up. Among Democrats, obviously, that's something that mostly everyone supports, particularly since it's in our DNC platform. Republicans have the opposite in their platform. So until I start seeing those Republicans speaking up to their gubernatorial candidates, until I see them forming their own rallies where they stand up and speak for pro-choice, I don't feel it's necessary to come to a rally that is organized by a person who happens to be chair of their town Democratic committee.